Hey, 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 coach.
Hey. Good evening, coach. Good evening, everyone. And welcome to the Coach's Corner, where we help you get to your next level. And listen, today, look, I'm going to tell you, our topic for today was, now listen to what I say was. So we're talking about past tense.
Pass
It
that.
was get organized because we wanted to tell you about, all about how especially with the new year and people are making new year's resolutions and mainly about health and wealth. People want to get their finances together. It's that season, right? It's that season. However, it's so many things that took a turn, right? I mean, it just took a turn. And so coach and I, we agreed because, although we'll just kind of, come up with our topics and we want to go with the flow of that. Um, it's all about us being authentic, right?
Absolutely.
And so that's what we're rolling with today. So, although, yeah, you saw the title and it said get organized, but we are not talking about, well, I don't know, it may be a different form or type of organization today where we might, talk about like organizing our thoughts, regrouping and all of that after you've been pretty much beat up by life.
Right.
I mean, and I think everybody goes through that, right? I mean, everybody. Right now, we are really in some let me see. I feel like okay, there we go. We're really in some trying times. Um, we have a lot of people that is got in the spotlight like celebrities and things like that. We have a lot of deaths that
Right.
has that has occurred, whether it was someone that was well known or people that we know, right? um People are getting sick. Maybe schools and jobs and things are shutting down again because this new strain or whatever is going around. And so I mean, just everywhere people are getting sick and all kinds of stuff, and then mishaps are happening. Speaking of mishaps, coach, do you want to chime in right here? Do you want to come on in?
Whew. Y'all, I need all the prayers. All the prayers. Like, if you know how to say a whisper of prayer, I need it today. So, I agree with 100% Coach saying as far as it's just some stuff going on in the world and personally in people's lives. And so, the topic was get organized. So, with that being said, just unexpected things happening. Literally, 30 minutes before, not even, maybe 20 minutes before me and coach is on, just recapping about what we're going to talk about before we go live. I hit the power cord on my devices and it shuts down everything in my studio, from my lighting to my laptop to my monitor to my microphone, like everything. So I'm like, okay, it's cool. So I send coach a quick text. I'm like, hey, look, hit the cord, but it's coming up. My computer decided to do an update. It decided to take forever to just reboot before it could even do the update. And it was just one of the things where you have to know when enough is enough, and you make a decision to either be pulled into the storm or protect the peace. And by the time everything came back up and I was able to rejoin the live with coach before we went actually live, I was like, I'm done. This was the end for me, you guys. I was just really like I had a very challenging day today, and I was really keeping up with my self motivation. I was pep talking myself. I was pushing through it. I knew the enemy was the one attacking me, but y'all, after the incident, I just told coach. I said, Coach, I'm done. When is enough enough? So again, we can talk about getting organized, but y'all know the coaches. We can't come on here and be fake. We can't come on here and pretend like everything is okay. The one thing that I do love about the Coaches Corner, and I believe that our audience also will agree, is the fact that Coach Hadassah and myself, we come and we give you guys our true self. Like whatever experience we're going through, if it's happening in the moment, we're gonna give it to you guys straight. The thing about things being live is that you go live with it. And this is a platform where people can really feel comfortable, not be judged, but to get the help to, you need to get you to your next level. Well, today I needed someone to help me get to my next level because I really was like, Coach, I'm done. Like I can't take no more. I'm choosing my peace. Because if I don't choose peace, I'm going to choose lack of self-control, and I'm popping off on everybody. I'm popping up on the situations. I'm popping up on my devices. You know what? I'm like, it's time to get new devices anyway. All this can go in the trash. Let me start from scratch. So what do you do? And Coach had brought up a good subtopic before everything changed. She said, it can be fight or flight. And I was like, you know what? Because I'm fleeing. I chose to flee. I chose to let Satan have it today. I'm like, you know what? You're not going to win every day, but today, Satan, you got me. You got this one. You came and you trusted me. And so, Coach, even you've been going through some things and you can choose to dispose or not, but you've been battling a lot as well. And when you're intentional, it is Satan's job. Like, he don't miss a beat, y'all. This dude is on his job 24/7. So if you're resting, you are wrong. Like, you don't have time to rest. You got to stay woke, alert, assertive 24 hours a day, right? Because he does. You got to be 2-3 steps to him. But what he does, he comes to exhaust us. And he comes to deplete of our energy, of our time, of our creativity, of our mentality, of our focus. And if we allow him to distract us and discourage us so much, we will give up. You will give up. And it can be something that you don't even want to do. But you are so tired in your spirit and in your soul that you cannot even muster up the energy or the strength or the power to get to the next step. So what do you do when you are in your fight or flight stage? Do you fight and keep fighting so you don't have any more fight in you? Or do you just flee the situation? Do you retreat? And like today, I won't say that I gave up or I retreated, but I will say that I knew when to say, you won't tap me for my last. And that's what I did. And I said, you know what? You're not going to take my last and you're not going to take my peace because I have to protect it at all times. And I was at the point, Coach, where it was done. Peace was about to be gone. All of this. But the point of it is that it's okay because we all go through it when you are just tired. When you feel, and notice what I said, a feeling, you feel like giving up or you feel like throwing in the towel, you feel discouraged, but you don't give up. You don't quit. There's something in our character, there's something in our, chemical makeup, creativity, because God made us to push through because he already told us that we are victorious, that we don't give up. Have you guys, hey, Miss Cinnamon, since I keep winning. Have you guys ever felt like that? Like Coach, you can take over just when you just feel like you do, like you're done with the situation. What takes precedent over you giving up? Again, that goes back to that why, right? It goes back to, does your why make you cry? Some people say, it's my kids or my livelihood or my lifestyle, or, there's a bigger purpose that makes me continue to push forward and keep going. But what happens when you're at that moment and you looking and you talking to the Lord or your supreme being and you going, yo, I'm done. If you don't step in, I'm done. Have you ever just wanted to walk out? Have you leave the situation? Have you taken flight? And I'm not talking about taking flight in the positive direction. Have you taken flight and left the whole situation?
Say, like, I'm out.
Right, and we just shot deuces. Go ahead, Coach. So that's my story, you guys. I'm glad y'all hanging with us today on the Coach's Corner.
Right. But yeah, I mean, it's just like Coach said. The thing is, we all have this, right? We all have that fight or flight response. Mm-hmm. Okay. And just like with the I want to get this word right. Okay, never mind. I ain't gonna say the word. Look, I'm sitting up here. Literally, like before the Coach's Corner started, like I had all day where I I was at my mom's because she's dealing with something, a health issue, and she's a naturopathic doctor, health and wellness coach, like all of this stuff. A lot of things that I learned about health and wellness and holistic and just the whole gamut. It's a lifestyle, and I've learned from her because when like before she even came into that, or how she came into it was because she had a health challenge that um doctors were telling her like, okay, well, we can't do anything basically but this, and just her spirit knew, no, not doing that, there's another way. And she got with some people who were basically holistic back when I don't know, it maybe had to be the 70s or probably like the early 80s. And she was able to heal herself of that particular issue. And so that began the journey and sparked her interest. And I was probably one of her first guinea pigs, so to speak. I kind of remember the situation as it happened with something that happened with me. So, I'm just really saying, kind of giving a background and all, of that, saying all that to say, even with all of that, right? Even with all the experience, the wisdom in it, the knowledge, all of that type of stuff, we're human. We are human, and none of us are invincible. Okay.
Right.
And so she's dealing with the health challenge. Like at her age, she's very healthy for her age, but she attempted to do this fast or detox. It was something like that. And so I'm saying that to say, especially because we are in this health and wellness season, there are a lot of people that are attempting to do, things, and I see it all the time. Everybody wants to, go vegan or try some type of new diet or some type of exercise or some type of this, that. And you really do need to speak with your healthcare professional. You are the one that is ultimately in the driver's seat of your health, but you do need to speak with your health professional about certain things because, if you just go, over the top with doing something that you never did before, and you may have some health conditions that you know about, but then you also may have some health conditions that you don't know about, that if you went on and did this fast or this detox or this rigorous exercise regimen or whatever, you can send your body into a shock, right? You can really send your body into a shock. And so you have to take things, gradual. You have to take it slow, all of these, kinds of things. And so I've been, not only myself, but my family, like my cousins, my aunt, like everybody has been taking turns with helping my mother, come back.
Right.
So that's the things that I was just dealing with, and where Coach Cotton and I are trying to get together because we have our meetings and everything about the Coach's Corner, the format, and all of that. And so I'm dealing with some phone issues, and she's dealing with some stuff over there on top of me dealing with things with my mom and trying to help take care of her and syncing things with my family. So it is a lot going on all at one time. And I promise you, I'm even over here like, okay, which one to do? Do I fight, or is this a flight? Right?
Right.
Which one? And you have to know, like your body, our bodies are intelligent enough to know when we need, like which one we need to do with that fight or flight response. What
Right.
happens is we're in a dangerous situation where, you know, certain things shut down, right? Our appetite is shut down. Intelligent intelligence, like thinking, shut down. There's another thing, I forget what it is. Um, it's three things that shut down in order for the adrenaline to go ahead and kick in. And with that adrenaline,
Mm-hmm.
one or two things has to happen. Either we have to fight with that adrenaline,
Right.
or we have to run. We have to get out of Dodge with that adrenaline. And instincts kick in. It
Right.
really sizes up to a situation really quickly for you to know, okay, I'm gonna fight this because I can handle it. Or, you know what, I'm outnumbered with this one. Let me go ahead
Facts.
and right? Like, I am outnumbered. Um, we're gonna have to do this another time, but
Mm-hmm.
I need to run. You see what
Right.
I'm saying? So um and look, everybody, because we see it all the time. We're posting different, look, all kinds of memes, and then the videos, and all of this type of stuff, and the heroics, and be this and be that. And sometimes you have to retreat,
Right.
and sometimes you have to rest. You have to give it a rest, like all of that, because if you're steady, you can't fight all the time,
Period.
right? You can't fight all the time. You can't fight forever. You just can't, right?
Right.
And as much as I don't like that word, oh, I can't, or people with the whole inspirational, motivational type of talk and things like that, it sounds good, and it is good.
Right.
It's good, but sometimes it is not. Sometimes that could be very damaging in a situation where you do need to sit down, where you
Absolutely.
do
I
need
agree
to
with that.
rest, where you do need to just give it on up. I mean, for real. Like,
Right.
seriously, there are some times when you must and have to do that. And that is wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Because, if you don't, I mean, it could take you clean up out of here before your time,
Absolutely.
right? Before your time. And so, some of the things, well, I won't say that they were little. They're not little. What I'm going through, it's not little. What Coach Cotton was dealing with, it's not little. It's not little at
Right.
all. But like people always say, pick and choose your battles.
That.
You know, right? Pick and choose your battles. Some things is not even worth it,
It,
and some things are, right? So, Coach, which
no, that last part right there was so refreshing to hear, because you know what, me and my mom was talking about this today. How when you don't understand, what someone's doing and why, to someone else it can look trivial, it can look petty, it can look like they're not putting a lot of effort into it. But we're not walking in that person's shoes. We do not know what they had to go through just to do what they did. And we may be looking at the situation going, that's it. You could have did more than that. You could have done this, you da 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 da. But you don't even know what it took for a person to do that, what you are calling little bit. And
right,
when you just said choosing your battles, it's like, wow, we have to be reminded that we don't have to fight or combat every situation or circumstance or people or relationship. Sometimes you can just choose your battles. Like today, do I really want to get into a disagreement with this person? Nah. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right.
just don't do it. Or do I really want to sit here and go through and fight the situation? Do you have to? Like, what difference is it going to make? I think, Coach, we got to start dialing it back and asking ourselves some pertinent questions before we react. And you just said that we're using wisdom. Wisdom definitely needs to start showing up before we respond or we react to any situation, because we can be out here fighting and getting tired and being exhausted for no reason. When that was a
Yes.
choice that we made. We made a decision to go ahead and fight that battle, and we didn't even have to. When we could
Mhm.
have made a different decision if we would have taken a step back and just be like, you know what? Is this worth, my energy? Is this worth my time? Is it worth my peace? I mean, you guys know I say it often, all the time. You know, my peace is very paramount in my life. Like it's something that I hold dear. Why? Because it's one of the fruits of the spirit. He gave me that character trait. He gave me peace. So I'm not willing to give it up freely. But it doesn't mean that I gotta fight to not give it up. It just means I gotta make a different decision. It means that I gotta be clear and use some wisdom. Don't mean I gotta go out here and disagree and argue with everybody or prove my point. No, it could just be me simply saying, you know what, not today. You got that one. Sometimes, you know, how they say, you know, take the high road, you know, be the bigger person. And people look at that like, oh, I'm weak if I do that, or you know, they gonna think that they got their point across better than me, or they won that battle. Okay, let them think that. I mean, it's all right. You're gonna live to fight tomorrow, because I promise you, there's gonna be a situation where you're gonna have to fight. So choose. Yes, we have to choose to be quiet in some situations. Absolutely, Miss Shirley. You gotta just learn how to just shut it down and give it to people. Sometimes I just give people stuff. I could be right. No, I'm right. No, they wrong. But sometimes I just be like, you know what? Okay is a great word. Okay is my go-to. When I'm just done with it, okay. And people still doing this. One thing my mama taught me a long time ago. People can't argue by themselves. Like, period. You're going to look crazy. I mean, you probably can, but you're going to look real simple doing that. But when you're quiet,
fighting the air.
Fighting and talking back to the air, right? So when you're quiet, like, period, y'all know I'm a windmiller. So what am I windmilling at? Who am I in windmilling at? When you get quiet, or when you just give it to someone, let them have it. If they think they right and you wrong, okay, cool. Because now you made a decision to not fight that situation. And that's better for your peace than you going there trying to prove a point. You going there trying to fix it, repair it, tell somebody y'all, get the upper hand, you know, just let it go. You know, the Bible always tells us, you know, a soft word, you know, turns away wrath. So if you're going and being so confrontational and, you know, conflicting with everybody, you're taking away your peace. So just step out of it. And that's what I chose to do today, Coach. I was just like, you know what? Again, today, you got me. But see, this is not a race. This is a marathon. And my peace is a marathon. So you might get today, but you didn't win. Like, you know what I'm saying? You didn't win the whole thing. You may have got today, great. You know, if we're playing chess or we're playing cards, you got me today. Yeah, you set me up today, but you don't win the race. And so what decision are you making? Cause that's what I got today. Look, I'm just like, you know what? I gotta go take a bath to put my bath bombs in. I gotta get my lavender salts. I gotta get my body oil. It's today my oils.
Coach, can you get look, those right there, those are some good points, some good things that, you know, takeaways to be able to share with the people on. Well, look, we talked about what that, you know, problem solution. What are those action steps? What are some action steps that people can do? You know, as far as, I mean, you see what I'm saying? Like now that part right there, because as a matter of fact, honey, thank you for that, because I'm about to get this whirlpool together.
Baby.
I'm gonna put all kinds of essential oils and everything in it.
The and I whole shelf.
Right. I'm gonna sit. My back hurt right now.
All of that. Like, really, those action steps, you know, whether it's journaling, whether it's you taking some meditation time, you know, like for me, like seriously, you guys, after this call, you know, don't reach out, because I'm off the grid. Do not disturb, because I'm about to go run this hot bubble bath. I have lavender Epsom salt. I have lavender essential oil, and we all know that lavender is a calming relaxation mechanism.
Yes.
I have peppermint oil. Why? Because it will re-stimulate you. So I put that. I got eucalyptus oil. Why? Because it opens up everything. So my sinuses can be opened up. You know, all of my pores can be opened up, so that I can detox with the hot water and the steam, and then replenish myself. I got my candles. I have a eucalyptus mint candle. I have a lavender oil candle. So it's about to be on and popping all by myself. And guess what? I'm just going to sit there and just clear my mind. You know why? Because that's going to allow me the time to decompress, regroup, and bring it back together to fight another day. Because again, you're going to be challenged tomorrow. Matter of fact, you might be challenged as soon as this podcast is over. But you got to make a decision and make a different decision. My second mom, Didi, she always tell me shock value. What is shock value? When people expect for you to respond a certain way, but you respond a total different way than what they thought, you will shock people. You may even shock yourself. But this will be something that you can use and put into your little kit to improve every day to help you get to your next level. When you just be like, ordinarily, that person thought you was going to cuss them out, tell them off, get in their face, and you just sit back and let them do all that and you be quiet. Shock value.
Or, here's another side of that.
Mm-hmm.
You might be the peaceful person all the time. And then that shock value is that you go ahead and say what it is that you got to say. Speak your mind. Pop off, so to speak.
Yes.
Or whatever, because people are used to you being that person that's just, they're not going to say nothing. They're not going to do nothing, because they always want or expect peace or whatever. And then next thing you know, you like, you know what? You done sent me over the edge. You done stepped on my last baby toe with this corn that hurt.
Yes.
You ain't doing that today again, not ever, no more. Shock value. It's like, whoa, they said so. Yeah, right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Fight or flight. Sometimes you may retreat. Sometimes so it's that thing. But at the end of the day, like whatever it is, make sure that whichever one you choose, if it has to be fight or if it has to be flight, that you are at peace with it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Sometimes we can especially if you're normally that person of peace, right? Like you want peaceful situations, but sometimes you're disturbing your own peace within because you're trying to have peace within a situation where there really is none. You just not saying nothing, right? But you disturbed, but everybody else that may be, really causing the issue or whatever, because you don't want to ruffle it. No, just you make sure that you are at peace, because that is what really matters at the end of the day. I mean, trust me, I see it be too many people. There are too many people that I know just because of the industry that, I mean, I'm really in health and wellness. Of course, money is a huge part of health and wellness because people be stressed about money. Right?
Absolutely.
They do. They be stressed about money. And then when you really understand everything is energy, but money is energy manifested. This is the reason why we use it as far as like, barter and exchange for a service or a product. And, you're going to have to get some money or your time or, something. There has to be some form of exchange, right?
Yes.
And so, those one of those things that can cause people to be stressed out. People will be arguing over money. Well, that's a stressful situation. And just all of these things that are stressful, situation that lowers the immune system. And the next thing, you got all of these, you're open to these sicknesses, illness, and, diseases, debilitating conditions. And I've seen too many of these things. And a lot of it be because folks are trying to keep the peace.
Right.
But now their bodies are, I see that a lot with autoimmune conditions. I'm not going to say diseases, but autoimmune conditions. A lot of times I find when I'm coaching, because I do a lot of energy work, but when I'm doing the energy work and coaching them, it's been years of bottling up things. And
Wow.
then their own body starts to attack them.
Mm-mm-mm.
It's interesting.
That's deep. And on that note, coach, so I just want to put that out there while you're on that point. When you starting to notice your health failing or you're getting, sick a lot, your immune system is now being under attack, you need to reach out to someone.
Yes.
Anytime we end this podcast on the Coach's Corner, because we are here to help you get to your next level, if there's a area or lane that we do specialize or concentrate in, we want to either be the ones to help you or get you to someone who can help you. If you know that's you, like it just takes you being honest with yourself and admitting it. Whether you're getting the flu or you're getting cold, or you're just feeling overly fatigued, or you just getting headaches, or whatever the case may be, it is time for you to be true with you and reach out to somebody. And Coach Hadassah is someone who is licensed, certified in these areas. So reach out to her or let her connect you with someone maybe closer to your area, maybe someone that you may feel comfortable with. But my whole point is reach out. Because if you're holding all this inside your body, we got to understand that this is just a shell. This shell deteriorates every year you grow older. This shell has taken offenses, it has taken attacks, it has been damaged, destroyed. And so you got to play your part in maintaining this shell, maintaining your body. And so, especially for women who are nurturers and who give and pour into people and being the strong woman and trying to do everything for the family, you need to be the first one scheduling all of your medical appointments, whether it's your energy work, whether it's your physicals, your breast, your mammograms, all of these things, your annuals, do that. And men too. Your body as well can begin to decline when it's under stress or it's not being maintained. Just like a car cannot run without gas and a tune-up, your body cannot run off of nothing without you putting in maintenance. And one of the first things that I would say, get your spirituality right. Get that relationship right. But reach out to a Coach Hadassah who can help you do energy work, who can help you connect with a wellness coach. Just do it. You will be surprised how things can change in your life with your anxiety, with your stress and frustrations. And you can help yourself keep your peace by doing something as simple as making a phone call to a coach who can help you overcome this, because we don't have to be strong by ourselves. You just don't have to. That's a misconception and a myth. So, Coach, that's my piece. This has been great. And I really thank y'all for allowing me to unpack my frustrations today on the Coach's Corner. But this is one thing I do love about this podcast, that, again, we come to be authentic. We come to bring you the truth. We don't voice our opinions with you guys. We do our research. We tell you what we know as far as educated and information coming from a background of more than just the statistics. We also give you real life experience. We are experts. I do not discount my training, but Coach Hadassah and myself, we are experts in our fields, because guess what? We have done the studies, we got educated, and we also have experienced it in our life. I love you guys. And on that note, bath water will be loading as soon as this is over.
Yes. So look, maybe next week on the Coach's Corner, because we're here every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, right? And I have to say this too, because Coach Cotton, personal development. Hey, reach out to Coach Cotton. It's so many times I've called on Coach Cotton. I'm like, listen, right? Coaches need coaches too, right?
All day.
Coaches need coaches too, all day, every day. We're not doing this thing alone and by ourselves. It's only so far you'll get alone,
right.
But you can go farther together and with someone that can definitely help you to get over the hump, right?
Absolutely.
So again, every Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern, myself and Coach Cotton, are here on the Coach's Corner to help you get to your next level. So we'll see you next week. We might get into a bit of the organization coupled with, keeping these topics together,
Absolutely.
right? Because again, it's that season. We want to make sure that, everybody is kind of on point with the things that they want to do,
Right.
because we all have goals and we want to help you reach them. All right. So
Absolutely.
again, see you all next week on the Coach's Corner. Peace.